What's going on, y'all? It's Derek J407, aka Best Heel Ever, and I'm here to give you my review of episode 2 this season of Lucha Underground, season 2, that is. Coming off of last week's high of the season premiere, we get another episode this week, season 2, and it was damn good. We had a lot of really good matches on the show. We have a new feud. We have some new feuds coming out of this show. The main one being Prince Puma and Pentagon Jr. And we we're getting some new faces. We got the debut of PJ Black on this show. We got a debuting woman next week, and we're getting the debut of one Rey Mysterio soon. He had a little pop up at the end of the show, so all good stuff on this week. So we kick things off backstage or in a gym, something like that. Prince Puma is lifting weights and he's having flashbacks to Ultima Lucha. So they kind of put in clips of Mil Muertes beating him for the Lucha Underground Championship last year at Ultima Lucha. So that's basically all he's thinking about. That's driving him. He wants that title back. And so then he's interrupted by Pentagon Jr., who comes in, thanks him for last week, helping him beat down or helping him get the opportunity to beat down Mil Muertes. And he says, tonight, me and you are going up against the Disciples of Death. And, he wanted Puma to help him break some more bones to deliver them to his master. But he told Prince Puma that after they're done with the Disciples of Death, he told Puma that I'm coming after you. And so, that got a look out of him. Prince Puma don't talk, but, and you can't really read his face, but you can tell, shit was on at this point. So then a little mini scuffle, a quarrel, however you properly say it, just a minor quarrel broke out between the two of them. Just a lot of blocking each other's moves and that kind of stuff, and that was really it. And they went along their way. They went from their separate ways, and that was it. So these two are supposed to be in the main event, teaming up against the Disciples of Death, and this is how we see them get along. So now the story heading into the match is, will these two get along up against the Disciples of Death? So this was pretty good here. The production value, if I didn't say it last week, I'll say it this week, and I'll say it every chance I get. The production value on these backstage little, vignettes and segments and that kind of stuff, just so beautifully done. Just so beautifully done. So the first match of the night was the returning Johnny Mundo against the returning Killshot. I guess returning. This is the first time we've seen them this season. So Johnny Mundo and Killshot have the makings to be a really good match, and it was. It was a damn good match to kick off the show. This could have been the main event of the show, but that's really most matches. But yeah, this match was a really, really good match. Mundo still playing up, the heel role, and played it to the finish. The referee, I don't know if he got knocked down or... I think he got knocked out. At one point, the referee got knocked out. And so, Mundo did this... So, the referee, he wasn't completely knocked out, but he was he didn't see what was going on between Mundo and Killshot. So, Mundo did this thing where he slingshotted Killshot or something. Killshot... Somehow, I don't know if Killshot did it himself or Mundo threw him, but Killshot ended up going over Mundo's head, and when he jumped over he leaped over his head, and then when he was coming down, Mundo caught him right in the crotch with his leg, kicked him right in the balls, crotch, nuts, balls, whatever. Got a low blow on him, and then hit him with a Starship Pain, or the End of the World as he calls it, and got the victory. So Mundo steals one. After the match, he got on the microphone and he threatened Mil Muertes, who was still sitting up on his throne. Now he has a sling because his arm's broken. So he's still sitting up there, though. So we'll get Mil Muertes on every show, even if it's just him sitting up there watching what's going on. But yeah, he was up there, and Mundo, was talking shit, saying that, you that the earthquake that he was in, all those years ago, and it's nothing compared to the end of the world, as is that what he said? He said something like, that earthquake that you were in will be nothing compared to feeling the end of the world. So that was that. Then we hear this voice, we don't know where it's coming from. Ended up being Cage. So Cage made his first appearance this season on this show too. So good to see Cage. Looked at as a real badass. The dude, if you haven't seen this dude, he is so fucking jacked. And you guys see him recently, because you look at some previous pictures of him years ago, he's almost Johnny Mundo's size. He just to this just out of nowhere. It's just, this motherfucker is just ripped. So he got on the microphone, also talking shit to Mil Muertes, threatening him, wanting a title shot. That's basically it. So that'd be something interesting to see someday. He was about to say his catchphrase, I'm a machine, but he got cut off by Johnny Mundo. They had some words back and forth. This led to Cage, challenging Mundo to a fight. He walked down, because Cage was like up in not the balcony, but like up the stairs among the fans where people come out. So he was up there, and he came down the steps. He got in the ring. Mundo was in there with him. They had a little face off, but then Mundo left. So, he ran off like a coward, but Cage had his back turned to Mundo, so he was looking up at Mil Muertes, and that's when Johnny Mundo came from behind, tried to get the jump on him from behind, but it backfired. He got the best of him for a little bit, but Cage fought back, was about to deliver his big, overcomplicated finishing move, but Mundo luckily escaped from that, so spared us from seeing him take 5 minutes to perform his finishing move. So this is a new feud. I'm looking forward to seeing that match. It should be an interesting one. Yeah, it should be an interesting match. We cut to some room, and we see Sexy Star is tied up to a chair, and then in comes Marty the Moth. Now, if you remember, at Ultimate Lucha, when they were wrapping things up at the end, one of the things they showed was that Marty the Moth kidnapped Sexy Star and was telling her about how his sister is on her way. So we cut to here. Sexy Star is tied up to a chair. Marty the Moth comes in. He's holding a butterfly. He's talking about how just in the cocoon, and now it's a beautiful butterfly and all that kind of stuff. Basically what he was saying is that his sister, she's still on her way, and they're gonna let Sexy Star release her, spread her wings and fly back into the temple. But he told her that he and his sister are coming with her, and he crushed and killed the butterfly. So this sick fuck he got my girl Sexy Star. I don't like it, but I guess we'll see her again. I don't know what he means by, they'll release her, but they're coming with her. I don't know what that means. Who is his sister? That's another thing that I would love to know. So all these questions will be answered soon enough, I'm sure. Then the next match was the Mac, former Willie Mac, big black dude. Big dude, but in very good shape and very agile for his size. He took on the debuting PJ Black, another new face to the temple. Before the match, they showed a vignette of PJ Black. He was riding on a motorcycle, and he had two people on the side of him, and then they pulled up to like a motel or a gas station or something like that, and then he ended up beating the hell out of both of them. Had a voiceover, his own voice, of course. He calls himself the Darewolf, and I don't know what that means. Matt Stryker said during the match, maybe it's a daredevil and werewolf combined. I don't know, but he calls himself a Darewolf, and he already has the crowd, howling with him. He howled and they howled with him, so he's got that. I'm sure the wolves might, yell and, maybe you better watch out for Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards over in little TNA. They might, have a little problem with this dude howling like a wolf when that's their thing, but I guess it'd only be Eddie Edwards doing it since Davey Richards probably won't be doing much of anything for a few months. But yeah, but that's that situation. So get this match. It was a pretty good match. It was a very good showing for PJ Black. Did a lot of the same move. Like, if you don't know who he is, he's the former Justin Gabriel in WWE. You probably remember him from the Nexus. He's the dude who did the 450. And that's probably all you remember him from, because he didn't really do much in WWE, and that was WWE's fault because they could have did so much with him, but they just didn't. So he eventually left WWE, and he's been out, and I don't know if he's been in New Japan, but he's just been on the indie scene. He's wrestled for he's been on TNA. He has been on some GFW shows, not they aired on TV or anything, but he's been, within GFW places and that kind of stuff. But now he's a new face on Lucha Underground, so good to see him. Unfortunately, he did lose. He came diving off the top rope, but he got caught in midair with a stunner from the Mac, and that was the end of him. Sucks, but it was still a good match. I just wish PJ Black could have won. It's not like, we gotta let the Mac look strong. It was like, what? You don't have to have the Mac look strong. You could have had him lose, but, oh well, it was still a good showing for PJ Black, I guess. I got my notes here. I forgot about this one. There was, I thought it just, went from this match to the main event, but I forgot there was another vignette. It was of a new woman luchador or whatever. It was a little vignette for her and showed her beating a bunch of guys' asses, and some females too. She's saying that, she's been called all these different things, like, evil, sexy, and dangerous, anything you really think of to think of words for a badass chick, I guess. But she said all of that, makes her deadly or something like that. But her name is Cobra Moon, and she will strike next week, is what the vignette said. So I guess we'll see this chick debut next week. And then now we get to the main event. It was Prince Puma and Pentagon Jr. teaming up against the Disciples of Death. They had Katrina in their corner. She looked hot as always. And of course, Mil Muertes was up top on his throne watching all of this go down. So a main story in this match was Prince Puma and Pentagon Jr. kind of, not really arguing, but at one point, like early on in the match, they did like, a little one-upsmanship. Pentagon, he dove through the ropes or something like that, and then Puma, he dove off the top rope or something like that. So they were kind of, trying to outdo each other. A little miscommunication going on, just getting at each other's throats. But for the majority of the match, it was just the Disciples of Death beating either one of their asses. For the middle of the match, Puma was stuck in there and he was getting beat down. Eventually, Pentagon got in there, tried to help out. They worked together a little bit, but not much. In the end, Prince Puma went for his 650 and he hit it, but right before he hit it, Pentagon tagged his ankle. So he hit the move and, got up or kind of rolled through it, and then Pentagon snuck in, got the pinfall, and won the match for his team. This didn't sit well with Prince Puma, so they got in each other's faces again. They started a little brawl there, and then Pentagon hit him with a backbreaker. Looked like he was going for the arm bar. He was looking at Vampiro, but Vampiro was talking about through the entire match, like that's not me anymore, I don't got nothing to do with him or any of this anymore. I'm on medication, I'm under doctor's orders, all that stuff. So I'm sure he'll break at some point this season. But for right now, nothing to do with this. So he was going, but Pentagon, he was going for the arm break, but Prince Puma escaped. I don't think I know I didn't watch every single episode last season, so I know I'd never seen anyone break out of that before, like escape getting the arm broken. I know Vampira at one point saved Sexy Star from getting her arm broken, but I don't think anyone's just broken out of that position before. So Puma broke out. Pentagon, he didn't really run away, but he did run away. He got out of the ring, went up the stairway, and didn't really go up the stairway. He just kind of stayed out there in the outside the ring, and they had a face off, and that was the end of that. So like I said, a new feud between these two, and then so that was it, and it cut to this dark room, and this guy, he's wearing a hood, and you hear a voice talking to him. I recognize the voice. You'll probably know the voice if you hear it. You know who it is, but it's like instantly who it is because of his voice. But yeah, he's talking to this guy, talking about how it was his destiny to don this mask, and it was revealed to be El Dragon Azteca. I don't know if this is a new luchador. I don't remember seeing him last season. He probably could have been, but I don't remember it. But the bigger reveal was who the person was talking, of who was talking to El Dragon Azteca, and that was revealed to be Rey Mysterio. So I'm sure we'll be seeing Rey Mysterio debut any day now. Not gliding over El Dragon Azteca, but I don't know who he is, but I know who Rey Mysterio is, so that's kind of my position on that. So anyway, still a damn good show. I'm still enjoying Lucha Underground. I'm enjoying reviewing this. I don't love every single thing about the show, but the stuff I do love, is just so much. And, it's more fun reviewing this weekly than it is reviewing Raw. I know this is only the second week I reviewed it, but, it's still a fun thing to do. And I hope to continue doing it, the rest of this season and into season 3 when that starts, because season 3 has been announced. It will happen, so looking forward to that. And I'm just looking forward to seeing where they go from here. So that's it. I'm out of here. See y'all later.